All right, today is Animal Kingdom Day here in Walt Disney World. It's my favorite park for photography. It also opens the earliest. It's about 6:15 in the morning. Are you awake, Casey? Kinda. But we are going to the park. I'm carrying the 100 to 500 with me today, which I think is the longest focal length I've ever carried to Animal Kingdom. So I'm really excited about it and making some good photographs, riding some rides with the girls. The sun is rising and we are rolling to Animal Kingdom. It's about 6:35 and the park opens at 8 a.m. We were planning on rope dropping the safari ride for some photography, but we were really close at the opening of the park, so we decided to rope drop Flight of Passage, which is kind of the standard bearer of rope dropping here at this park in this day and age. And every other time we've rope dropped this ride, the line comes into Pandora and then it goes up the back road all the way into Africa and turns around and comes back. And every other time we've done it, we've been way back in Africa, but we haven't even left Pandora, so this is good. See, all these people going by me this way are filing into the line. Well, the park doesn't open for about 15 minutes and we are already climbing up the Flight of Passage hill. So this will definitely be our best Flight of Passage rope drop. Really awesome theming in this line. Floating mountains. Beautiful waterfalls. Pre-show room, first of two.
We have new drivers heading into the GMR.
Well, that was totally awesome. Such a great ride. And it's 8:19. The park's been open for 19 minutes and we have already done the longest line ride. Not a bad rope drop. Now let's go to Africa. All right, we have made it all the way to Africa and the line for the Kilimanjaro Safari. And although we are stopped right now, the line's not very long. We're through most of it. So we should be on pretty soon. It's time for my photography adventure to start. Well, I was wrong about the line being short, but it is moving quickly. Here is a photograph we made from our truck. We were riding in a truck just like this one, and we looked across the savannah and made a photograph of this giraffe. What kind of giraffe is that, Heather?
That's a Maasai giraffe.
And look at all these people on the truck looking at it. I love the ladies in the back waving at it. They got a really good show with the giraffe that close. This is a 500 millimeter shot, 1/1600th of a second, and ISO 3200. Here's another giraffe licking a tree there on the safari at Animal Kingdom. And what kind of cattle is this?
That's an Ankole cattle.
You'll always see these when you're on the safari ride. Sometimes you see them up close and sometimes they're way away, but you always see them. Here is another giraffe sticking its long tongue out and trying to grab some vegetation out of that tree. And I thought this shot was really cool. And another giraffe showing how long its neck is. And I like that this one has one of the trucks in the background and lots of Spanish moss in the trees. That one looks pretty good full screen. 135 millimeters. Didn't need all of that big lens on the safari ride, but I'll need it later. Here are some elephants at 238 millimeters. I stayed at 1/1600th the whole time on the safari ride. You need a lot of shutter speed because that truck bounces around quite a bit. I really wish they would smooth the roads out, but that would not be as realistic. This is the big bull elephant. I can't remember his name, but he's featured in one of those Disney shows that's on Disney Plus. And we believe this is a white rhino, 186 millimeter shot. It's just resting. It's not sick or anything, but I like the red flowers in the background and all the dirt where it's been rooting around.
Now, folks, do start to gather your belongings. Don't leave anything or anyone behind.
I'm going to do some photography on the Gorilla Falls Trail, which is right after, you spill off of the safari ride and right onto this trail. This is an African pygmy goose. I love the ripples in the water and all the beautiful colors, and you can see its eye pretty good in this shot. Really beautiful, really small. It's a really small bird. It's smaller than a normal duck that you would see. This is a 500 millimeter shot at 1/400th. This is a golden palm weaver, and you see lots of these on the Gorilla Falls Expedition Trail in the bird area, and they're so beautiful and colorful, and I end up taking lots and lots of photographs of these. They're probably the easiest bird to photograph, both because there's so many of them and because they tend to get pretty close to the people that are in there. But when they land, they don't land for long, so you've got to get that focus and bag that shot really quickly. And I made several photographs of them, and these are the ones that I decided to share with you. So these were probably the best ones of the bunch. So I guess I just couldn't stop making photographs of these. All of these photos are at 1/400th of a second, and I tried to crop them to 16:9 so they would look nice on your 4K monitor. Okay, so this is a white-headed buffalo weaver, and I think this is the first time I've ever seen one of these on the Gorilla Falls Trail, and there were 2 or 3 of them. They were a lot more difficult to get a shot of, but I did manage to get this shot. ISO 4000, 451 millimeters, and 1/400th of a second. Beautiful bird. This is a purple starling, and this is at 10,000 ISO. This bird was not in very good light. It's only 300 millimeters. It was kind of up on top of the building that you walk through before you go into the bird aviary area. But I thought it had really beautiful colors, and I love those yellow eyes. This is a hammerkop. This is the same bird that last year we saw it eat some of the fish that were in the water area, African cichlids there. It's one of the larger birds in the area, and to me it looks like a pterodactyl. Here is a glamour shot of a meerkat that is later on down the Gorilla Falls Trail. 451 millimeters, ISO 400. The gorilla trail was really cool. Didn't get a good photograph of a gorilla. I mean, I got a gorilla, but I like to get their eyes in the shot, and that was not an option. But really enjoyed the bird photography aviary that they have. So got some great shots there. Really enjoying carrying the 100 to 500 here at this park. We walked around Discovery Island for a little bit, made some photographs of some lemurs. Then they've got a parrot flight show where these completely free to go wherever they want parrots come down and fly around, and made some photographs of them. And now it's time to eat. So let's take a look at those photos from around Discovery Island. This is West Indian jasmine, we believe, that was growing there near Discovery Island. A 1/80th of a second shot. Beautiful colors. This is a brown lemur that was there on Discovery Island. I started making photographs of this lemur, and then I heard all sorts of parrot activity going on just around the corner from where we were. And what do you know, there was a bird show. I can't think of what it's actually called, but these parrots can fly free and go all around Animal Kingdom Park, and they have them trained to come and land all together. So I made as many shots as I could of these. This is a 500 millimeter shot at 1/500th. And here is another one. What kind of parrot is that, Heather?
I think that's a green macaw.
Really cool. I guess they have them trained because they come and feed them peanuts in this area where they all fly down. Just a beautiful, beautiful bird. I love their eyes. Here's another one. There were several green ones, and there was some red macaw and some blue ones. I didn't get any pictures of the blue ones, but anyway, really beautiful. This is I sped my shutter speed up to 1/1600th, and here is a red macaw, I believe. And look, I'm all the way up to 1/3200th of a second. And then we went back and did some more lemur photographs. I like this photo. It's sticking its tongue out just a little bit. Thought it was really cute. And this was also on Discovery Island. This is a handheld waterfall shot at 1/6 of a second. I bumped my f-stop. I closed it all the way down to f10, and I put my drive pretty fast and just rapid fired some shots until I got one that was relatively steady. This is a Bengal clock vine that was growing there on Discovery Island. I thought it was really beautiful. This is Flame Tree BBQ, and it's one of our favorite counter service restaurants in all of Animal Kingdom. It's really nice, and the food's good, but the dining area is really, really awesome. I can't wait to show it to you. So we got pork sandwiches and sodas and beer, but this is what we love about this place, in addition to the food being pretty good. If you walk all the way down the hill, as far away as possible from the actual restaurant, there's tables all over the place down here. And right down here by the waterway is this beautiful man-made pond, and a lot of times you'll see shorebirds feeding here. I've made photographs of tricolored heron and great egret here. There's an ibis over there right now. So we're gonna eat and maybe some cool birds will show up. Well, I'm a little disappointed. Didn't see any wildlife here for a good while, so I wandered around and took a picture of a hibiscus, which I'm not even sure is any good. And then I still had my camera at 1/80th when a white ibis flew up and landed in a tree. And I made a couple of pictures of the white ibis, but there might be some motion blur. But the food was good. And you know, standing right here on the opposite side, you may be able to see in the background the Expedition Everest roller coaster, or it may be overexposed, who knows. Cool place. While we were at the dining area at Tree BBQ, and I was a little bit frustrated because there weren't as many birds as there have been in the past, I decided to make this photograph of a concrete bird there by the pond. Now on these two white ibis photos, I was at 1/80th of a second because I had been photographing some flowers and I didn't like the flower photo, but I loved the white ibis photo. I took lots of photos of this white ibis that was up in a tree, and a lot of them had motion blur because I was at 1/80th, but this one came out pretty good, and I thought this one came out pretty good as well. 500 millimeters, 1/80th, and ISO 125. Love those blue eyes. Just got done with the Flights of Wonder bird show here at Animal Kingdom. We love this show, and today was I think, I haven't looked at the shots yet on the computer, but I think this is my best luck I've had photographing this show. So here is a Rhode Island red rooster, and it was funny, they were setting up for the bird show and the radio was playing one thing and the rooster would come down and peck on the radio and they would change the channel. They would play different music and then the rooster would go away and the person setting up would come back and change the channel back. And anyway, it was fun. What was really going on was they would put a little bit of food there, but I thought the bird was beautiful. I really like its eyes. This is a white-necked raven, just an absolutely beautiful bird. One of the birds that you always see in their show. They call him Miles, and right here he has found a water bottle and they have him trained to put the water bottle in the garbage. It was a little bit of a struggle. He missed the first time and he had to chase the water bottle back down, but eventually he did get that water bottle into the garbage can that he's standing on. Here is an African hornbill, just a really cool looking bird, beautiful eyes, and I was happy to get this 270 millimeter shot at 1/1000th. Here's Miles again, and they have him trained to untie one of the two people who are hosting the show. They have him trained to untie his shoe, which is really cool, and I was happy to get this 400 millimeter shot. This is a greater adjutant. We might be pronouncing that wrong. It's a member of the stork family, and I was able to get a couple of photographs of it in flight during the bird show, so I thought that was really cool. This bird is really, really big, and they have it trained to fly around and land in specific places. It's really pretty cool. Now this bird does not do any tricks. They just bring out Hope, which is a rescued bald eagle that they keep there. And people get to get up pretty close to a beautiful bald eagle at the end of the show. This colorful bird is a knobbed hornbill. This is another one of the birds that they bring out at the end of the show. I was happy to get this photograph at 223 millimeters. Casey made this awesome slow motion clip of an owl as it flew right over the crowd with her iPhone. This is part of the show there. They have the birds fly really close to you, and then I made a video of a parrot as it was singing.
Well, Keto has lived at Animal Kingdom for a long time, so she's also picked up on some really fun animal impressions, like the big scary tiger. One more? Very good. That was a pretty scary tiger. But if it was too scary, how about the house tiger? Do you want to do the kitty cat? That's cute. Okay, my favorite thing that Keto does, she sings a song about the farm, and she doesn't always sing it for me because we don't usually work together. This is a little different than what we normally do, but should we try it and see if she'll sing? Yeah? Okay, alright, Keto, let's sing. Are you ready?
some construction here in the theater on the water. And right behind that is Expedition Everest. Guess what we're going to do next?
Everest.
Expedition Everest. Woohoo! All right, we are getting closer to Expedition Everest. Well, the line for Everest is really long, but it's going to be worth it because this coaster is awesome.
Front row, baby.
Front row.
There must be a waterfall right there.
Oh yeah, it's off.
There's
That one's on.
This ride is so good.
It's best ride.
This ride, good ride.
Bounce.
Gotta look at Epcot and Hollywood Studio.
Awesome. Whee!
The bird is there. It's very rare to see the bird.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be any track. Epcot, Hollywood Sewer. Yeah. Woo! Oh! Oh! Oh, Lord. That's awesome. Woo! That is the best roller coaster in the world. Oh! Whoa! My glasses started blowing out of my shirt. I thought it was my microphone coming off. Woo! There's probably a train going down behind us in a second.
Going up. Good ride.
That was awesome.
Good.
Was it worth the wait?
Yes.
I thought so too.
The wait wasn't bad.
No.
Whoa.
The brakes are good. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. Why does that have to happen? No water. All right, now we're going to check out one of my favorite parts of this entire park, the Maharajah Jungle Trek. There's a lot of really good birding opportunities on this walking trail. Let me get the 100 to 500 back out. There's several areas along the Maharajah Jungle Trek, but you might as well just skip them all and come to the bird area. That is where it's at. That is the best place to see some birds and practice photography and just have a great time. This is probably my favorite place in all of Disney World, the Maharajah Jungle Trek bird aviary. Let's look at the pictures that I got from here using the R6 and the 100 to 500. This is a beautiful Nicobar pigeon 300 millimeter shot at 1/200th, ISO 5000. There's not a lot of light on the Maharajah Jungle Trek bird aviary. That's my only complaint, but it keeps the birds happy. This is a pied imperial pigeon, and it's doing some stretching in this shot, and it's ISO 6400 and 1/200th of a second. This is a juvenile metallic starling. I love the metallic starlings that you see there on the Maharajah Jungle Trek. This is a jungle fowl, and I wasn't able to get a picture of the whole bird. It was kind of lurking around in the shadows, but it did poke its head out this far, and I was happy to bag this shot. Look at that amazing eye, and look at that headgear it's wearing. 16,000 ISO on this one. This bird is called a lapwing. I always see at least one of these there on the Maharajah Jungle Trek, and this may be one of the better shots I've ever gotten of one. Its eye is good and sharp in this photo. 3200 ISO. Here's an adult metallic starling. I love their red eyes, and in this shot you can see how the red eye almost fades to orange before you get to the pupil. And look at all the beautiful colors. I guess that's why it's called a metallic starling. This cute little bird is called a chestnut-backed thrush. This is the first time that I recall ever seeing one of these on the Maharajah Jungle Trek, and I got this photo and another one a little bit later. This is a tawny frogmouth. They had only had this bird there for about 3 weeks, and it hid pretty high up in the environment there, but I was able to get some photographs of it. I thought it was really cool and had beautiful eyes, and I made a few shots. Look, here is the frogmouth as it's yawning, and I guess that's its tongue sticking out. 3200 ISO on this one. And I moved around to a different location, kind of shot through the jungle, and got a photograph of the frogmouth looking right at me. This is a white-eared sibia. It was in dappled light, and I really overexposed my whites right here just a little bit, so I don't have any without a blown out white section. So I decided to go ahead and share this one with you because it does look pretty good except for that one spot. Beautiful eyes on this bird. Here's the other photograph I was talking about of the chestnut-backed thrush. Beautiful bird, lots of nice colors. All right, we enjoyed the Maharajah Jungle Trek, and now we're over in Africa having a safari amber ale at the Harambe market. And soon we're going to go to the Festival of the Lion King, which has changed its name to Celebration of the Festival of the Lion King, because it's the Lion King show without all of the elements. So we're going to see what it's like. This is the Rafiki's Planet Watch train going by behind us, which is kind of cool that you can be right by the train tracks here at this location. So I may make a couple of video clips just with the action camera from inside the Lion King show. This is really a pretty good time to be going to a show because I'm starting to feel a little sprinkle here and there. One just hit me on the head. I felt that same feeling when we were at the Maharajah Jungle Trek, and I thought I got hit with bird poop.
Hello.
Hello. We're in line for the Lion King, and I thought the roof looked cool. Oh, there's Heather's hat. Hi, Heather.
I'm so excited.
We're in the theater. What section are we in?
Elephant.
Elephant section. Celebration of the Festival of the Lion King was really good. I missed the tumble monkeys, but it was still a really good show.
I missed the acrobats.
That's
like
not the
acrobats. I meant
the flying on the cable people.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, those characters were in it, but they didn't fly.
I like the dance they did though, but they're better at the other stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm gonna...
While we were at the celebration of the Festival of the Lion King, I thought I was going to do video, but I decided to go ahead and pull out my 100 to 500 and make some photographs. I needed lots of ISO. This one is at 20,000 of these performers. Here's another one of the performers in the show, a 10,000 ISO shot. I thought this one came out really great. This gentleman comes out and twirls fire, and I made this 25,600 ISO shot of him. I think I shared this one on Instagram, so if you follow me there, you may have already seen this one. Here's another 25,600 ISO shot of him as he's, I guess he's eating the fire. Really great performance he did, and I was really pleased to get this shot. Looks pretty good for 25,600 ISO. ISO. This is one of the main characters of the show. There's 4 main characters, and I made this shot of him as he's singing at 20,000 ISO. But I really liked the dancers the best, and here is one of the dancers at 10,000 ISO. Here is another one of the dancers, kind of a close-up shot, only 151 millimeters. We were down near the front in the audience. A lot of times we end up in the back, but we were down near the front for this show. Here's another 25,600 ISO shot of one of the dancers. One more at 25,600 ISO. They do pack a lot of people into that show. Every show, every hour. Pretty good day so far here at Animal Kingdom. Having a really good time. Also, we're getting hungry again. It doesn't take us long. They have a spoonbill habitat here. It's almost right at the front of the park. The pink ones are roseate spoonbill from Florida, and the white ones are African spoonbill from Africa. You also see lots of ducks and white ibis in this area, but the only ones that are actually supposed to be here are the African spoonbills and the roseate spoonbills. This is a close-up shot of an African spoonbill. I thought the blue eyes were pretty. And this is a close-up shot of a roseate spoonbill. Here's a full-body shot of a roseate spoonbill. Just absolutely beautiful. One day I'm going to get a picture of one of these in the wild, but it hasn't happened yet. And here's a slightly more close-up shot of the roseate spoonbill. Beautiful eyes, and this one kind of has the red eyes that fade to orange right by the pupil as well. All right, check this out. We have come to the Rainforest Cafe, the largest rainforest cafe in the world, right here at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Look at that giant mushroom up there. They're on a 3-hour wait, and we don't have a reservation, but there was a table available at the bar, so we walked right up and sat down. And I'm going to have fish and chips. Heather's going to have Rasta pasta, and Casey is going to have Creole mac and cheese. It's going to be good. Woohoo! All right, there is my fish and chips, and there's Heather's Rasta pasta, and look at this Creole macaroni and cheese that Casey got. Let's eat. You ready to go swimming?
Yeah, I'm ready to chill.
Chill?
Right, chill.
Chill?
No. You gotta go like this?
Yeah?
Chill.
Chill.
Yeah, I gotta make a wave with your hand. Yeah.
Chill.
Chill. At the pool.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Please remain seated so someone will complete and close halfway and open the doors for you.